Okay, we all have goals we're chasing. But what if the reason you're not hitting them isn't about effort at all? What if the very tools you rely on every day are the exact things holding you back? Because you're using them completely wrong?
Yeah, it's a challenging thought, I know. The core idea we're exploring today is that most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're using the right things just in the wrong way. And the scariest part? Most of us don't even realize we're doing it. And this right here, this visualizes a trap we all fall into. We think, if I just do more, I'll get better results. So we put in more hours, more effort. But here's the brutal truth. Pouring more effort into the wrong method doesn't lead to success. It just leads to burning out way, way faster. So let's get specific. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's happening with things you use constantly. We're going to break down 5 powerful, everyday tools that are almost always misused, starting with the one we all think we've got a handle on. First up, time. We're taught to think of time in terms of quantity. We fill every hour, we stay busy, and we mistake all that activity for productivity. But the real power of time, it comes from focus and priority. It's never about having more hours. It's about making your hours actually count. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? Just think about it for a second. Have you ever had one of those days where you were busy for 8 hours but got almost nothing done? Now, compare that to a single hour of deep, uninterrupted focus. The difference in what you can accomplish is just staggering. Okay, the second tool, motivation. So many of us treat it like gasoline. We think we need a full tank before we can even start the engine. But that's completely backward. Motivation isn't the cause of action, it's the byproduct. You don't wait for it to show up. You create it by starting. So the crucial takeaway is this. The next time you feel unmotivated, the problem isn't your state of mind. It's your state of action. Just get moving, even in a small way, and I promise you, you'll watch the motivation catch up. Social media. For most people, it's just a black hole of passive consumption. But for the most effective people, it's an active, incredibly powerful tool. They look at the very same app you do and see something completely different. They see it as a tool for connection, a distribution channel for their ideas, and a skill that needs to be developed. See, scrolling endlessly isn't networking. Posting randomly isn't building a brand. It's all about intention. Same platform, totally different outcome. Number 4 on our list, hard work. We're taught to respect it, of course, but we often misunderstand what it really means. We mistake being perpetually busy, doing everything ourselves, saying yes to every single request for hard work. But real hard work is strategic. It's about directing your effort only to the things that truly matter. This quote just nails it. Being exhausted doesn't automatically mean you've been productive. It might just mean you've been spinning your wheels. Being proud of how tired you are is a trap. Being proud of your results, now that's the goal. And finally, let's talk about learning. In the age of information, it's so easy to fall into the trap of just collecting knowledge, buying courses you don't finish, bookmarking articles you never read. It feels productive, but it's an illusion. Real learning only happens when you apply what you've consumed. Think about it. We all have access to pretty much the same information. So the real differentiator isn't who knows the most, it's who does the most with what they know. Otherwise, learning is just a hobby, not a tool for making progress. Okay, so we've looked at 5 tools we're constantly misusing. But there's a single unifying principle that connects all of them. This is the real reason you might be feeling stuck. After seeing all these examples, time, motivation, social media, what is the actual root cause here? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not that you're lazy or incapable or just unlucky. The real problem is misalignment. It's the gap between the method you're using and the goal you want to achieve. You're using a tool that's designed for leverage, like social media for business, as a tool for comfort, like mindless scrolling. That misalignment, well, that's everything. So how do we fix this? The good news is it doesn't require some massive life overhaul. It just requires a shift in perspective, and we can get there with a really simple 3-question toolkit. The next time you start a task, just pause and run it through this toolkit. First, ask yourself about its purpose. What is this tool actually meant for? Second, check your intention. Am I using this on autopilot or do I have a clear goal? And third, this is the big one. Think about quality. What would change if I did less but better? Less time, but with deeper focus. Fewer social media posts, but with more impactful content. You see, these small shifts can create absolutely massive results. And that brings us to the final core idea of this entire explainer. Your next big breakthrough probably isn't hiding in some new app or secret hack. It's waiting right here, in the familiar tools you already have in your hands, once you start using them the way they were truly intended. So before you quit, before you decide something isn't working for you, or before you start blaming yourself, just pause and ask this one simple question. Because the answer, it might just change everything.